Alright, hello everybody. We are back with this amazing game. Now I'm recording this after the fact because, well, I recorded this at 3 a.m. and I didn't want to, do stuff or disturb my neighbors maybe. So, in between episodes, I did even more research. And I shall now show off a couple of things. First of all, I have renamed my disciples. And as you can see here, I named one future disciple. That is because they are going to almost be qualified to be my alchemist, which is good. That Grand 4 that you see in earlier has amazing stats, and I really thought they would be qualified for the law, but unfortunately not. They shall become an abbot when their social gets high enough. They have amazing stats for that, both perception and social. I'm also making a bunch of speed talismans that I can give to my pawns, my non-cultivators. For some reason, I didn't even consider giving them such a thing. And yeah, I think when I'm developing a theory, a working theory for what talismans to give in such a way that it isn't incredibly annoying, because especially when you have a million cultivators, it can become quite difficult to manage microing everybody. I also renamed all the rooms, as you can see. Most of this episode is gonna be building stuff. I gave a lot of work for my very unproductive plebs to do. And yeah, also a bunch of adventuring. And as you'll see at the end of the video, it will be something crazy will happen. Uh, look forward to that because it very well might change how we play entirely. I have never experienced such things. Anyway, for now, let me see whatever. So we explored pretty much everywhere that we could within the regions that we have available for us right now. And then we have last episode we have invited people to visit our sect. Here's Dao in order to get her law, and then another guy in order to get his item. Also, I'm trying here to put some decorations in here because the rooms look kinda shitty. I was worrying about making a proper hotel for our two guests. And yes, you do very much need to give your bed if you only have one available to your guests. Do not even think twice about it. Because it is a lot more expensive to get them into your good graces again after you quote unquote disrespect them. You know? There you see we have 10 disciples out of 12 available. And I will not be rushing towards 24. So it may be necessary. I'm going to try this episode to actually I'm gonna learn a bunch of manuals, as you'll see. One of which, first of all, I'm not gonna go super hard on the cultivation with these three initial disciples. A, because they're going to be reincarnated, so what's the point? I'm also not gonna expend a crazy amount of resources on cultivating them. But I'm also going to give them a bunch of adventure skills. Because, well, we simply need to explore the entire map once, you know? And since we have our dog, at least for the time being, we do not need a crazy good cultivator that can fight. Thus, I'm not going to develop any of these guys for fighting. I'm going to develop them for, I think, the metal chariot for a little bit of crafting, and the other two for exploring and some miracles. Oh yeah, since we have relatively few people available and I don't want to get my reputation up, I'm actually going to make puppets. I've never made puppets before, but we shall see how good they are. I think it completely depends on the level of cultivation that a person has. So yeah, here I am trying to figure out why that demon blood isn't being moved to the cold and hot storage. It's because they simply my pawns are too busy shoveling shit. For some reason, shoveling shit is a very high priority in the work schedule. I do not know why, but here you go. And you cannot even set uh, the priority. The most you can do is allow or disallow people from certain types of work, but you cannot set a priority. And also, ah, what am I doing? Killing a bear, yes. It is actually very good to kill a bear. It is even more useful when you actually have a storage room. I mean, permanent storage in the form of the mini universe. Here is my guy coming back with a bunch of spirit stones, which we needed. Oops. In order to open up other regions, in particular Manchu, Mountain Nambo, and Tiger Paw. Let's see what kind of trade deals we can make. Yes, they first need to haul it into the room. In this episode, you are also going to see my frustration with certain aspects of the game. In particular, the uh, social minigame, which... how should I explain it? It is annoying. I'm not going to mod it out because it is simply part of the game. And you can get around it by simply having a lot more social. And that's what I'm gonna do. Here you see me trading a bunch of demon hide. This material is very useful, not very useful for you as a cultivator, but to trade. Because for some reason everybody values it quite highly. I think if you make demon beast hide clothes, they provide a little extra heat resistance or something like that, but I'm pretty sure you want to make your clothes out of Fey and the other creature hide as well. So this demon hide is an in-between material and not very useful. So you might as well just trade it in its raw form. I do not even know if sects like demon hide that has already been made into clothes. And here I am making tremendous trade deals. And look at that on the left. You see a cat soul gem. That is an incredibly valuable item. Unfortunately, it is giga expensive. So I cannot afford it, sadly. I forget exactly what it does, but it is very, very... Oh yeah, it gives you an extra spirit, sub-spirit. And you can only do it once per lifetime. So if you have enough of those, you can... there's a miracle that puts you into another person's body. Yang transmission, I think. Which, if you do that, you can take that pill again. So not only... Not to mention the fact that you can get new sub-spirits from whatever new law you are cultivating in your next life, right? And here I am giving some XP, I mean inspiration, to our third cultivator. Our sunflower cultivator will be very, very strong. The sunflower law is giga strong in the primordial spirit stage. Do not underestimate them. Some people even, I mean, it may very well be the strongest law in the game, simply because you can get a giant amount of resources, of chi, that is. A second to that would be, of course, the sword law, seven slaughtering sword, because that one gives straight up, it's by far the best warrior law. Here I am also marking which laws are, I mean, manuals are important for cultivation, max G stuff. I'm also looking, here you go, derivative cultivation. That is the law that you need to keep grinding other laws for other laws, sorry. You just need to spam that miracle until you get a certain event, and then you keep grinding that event, you know. Which although it consumes lives, I mean, not lives, lifespan, it is a simple necessity. I'm also looking here for that, what is it called? There you go, that's Young God Possession. I'm looking for that possession law. I mean, puppet law. I forget where it is here. Also, within sunflower refining law, there are two types of refinement. Before you make the mistake that I did previously, there are two types of refinement. One is using tribulation ashes, which increases the tier of an item by one. The other one is with anguish soul gems, which also does the same thing. But then there's another one, also called refining something. And you do not want to pick that one because that just increases the chi in an item. So, yeah. Do not waste XP like me. Yes, yes. And this is how you really got to assign skills. You may as well, just look through each law manually. This is rather than using the misc function. This is because a lot of laws are actually uh, incompatible with each other. Furthermore, you need to know, you know, which ones you are compatible with, so it doesn't raise your attainment. And while there are ways to reduce attainment, and I'll discuss them, well, I'll probably discuss them in the next episode when I talk about my talismans. But you can do stuff to reduce attainment, which is the cost, that increases the cost for each manual increase. If you get over 100, if I remember right, you can do a tribulation to fix it, which reduces 10, I think, attainment. And if you do it again, it reduces 20 and so on. But the tribulations become ever more difficult, as I understand it. I've only done 2 so far in my other game. So, yeah. Oh yeah, here, here I'm actually googling googling what that soul trapping law is. Not that many miracles are actually worth it. Just some of them, and some of them are considered evil. As you can see, with only 100 base years of lifespan, 10 derivative cultivations is enough to kill a person, alright? Fewer even, because they're already 30 something. So, yeah, I will not be doing the derivative cultivation yet, but soon enough. Perhaps after I get my golden core with this person, which I think in the previous episode I wanted to do it this summer, but it's honestly not relevant. We can wait until the proper time next year. That being in I think the 13th or the 8th. I forget the exact date of January. Here you go. We have that miracle. You can see the laws that we took. And with our bigger chi, we can get up to still level 7 quality uh, golden core, which is not relevant yet. I want to boost it up to maybe 6 or 5, however much we can. Although our plans will change, as you'll see at the end of the episode. We may do something completely different and crazy, which honestly I've never seen anybody do, so yeah. And we have sent our cultivator to explore Alchemist's lab, that is Alchemist Peak. That is because there are some items there that we need, which by the way you should never take unless you have the proper medicine for, before you try this out for yourself only to kill yourself. You need to have medicine on the ready, and specifically spirit type medicine, which you can get pretty easily, but I forget where. I think there are a number of maps where you can get it, and you don't use it for anything else, so that medicine will just stockpile up. It's not farmable though, I think, so you know. As you can see, I gave a bunch of dig orders. That's because I want to build in that direction. I'm probably gonna make a. I want to make another a Hellgate first of all. You will be farming so many Anguish Soul Gems because you need so many. It's actually crazy. And it's also not an evil act somehow. You can invite people, kill them indirectly, and harvest their souls, and that is zero condemnation. Don't ask me how that works. In fact, you can even, if I'm not wrong, you can even boost your condemnation. I mean, not your condemnation, your sect favor, your yin yang thingy. Because if you give somebody a proper burial, I think that increases it by 1, which is crazy. But yeah. However, if you decide to harvest their soul while they are still alive, no, that's too far, you know. Very, I don't know, Chinese mentality. And here we are in the poppy fields. Also, by the way, really want to look at this guy. Person. Very, yeah. We want our character to look like that. And speaking of purity leaves, that's what these items are. By the way, with our 3000 chi, we can actually now start using our spells and actually do something. We can actually defend ourselves, but it still takes time, so you know, we better use our dog too. So with these poppy fields, I actually really am curious if our map has anything of the sort. That being divine land or whatever it's called. Here you see a bunch of junk pills, as they are called. Do not pick any of them up. because they're useless. They will give you some disease, I don't know. Only one stack of them. In our case, 10 of them, which is actually quite a high roll, I think. Now these ones you want to keep because you only get these 10. I do not think any. You can make junk pills. They're usually a residue from a failed alchemy experiment, but you can never make this higher tier junk pills. So you want to keep them, and you want to refine them to level 12. That's what you want to do with it, and for that you need anguish soul gems. And in order to get them to that level, you need at least, how much is it? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, at least 3 soul gems for each of them, anguish soul gems. So you can already tell how many we're gonna need. And it's like not like, you know, realistically 6, because half of them are surely going to fail. Here we are exploring the map just a little bit, gathering some more resources. You can see we actually, in our previous episode, we actually got quite lucky by getting an inspiration, getting a 100 quality sword, even though it is made of a shitty material, but at the time we simply did not have the chi for a higher tier material. Thankfully it is also connective, so yeah, it actually helps us. Don't forget that with artifacts you want to feed into the artifact that you're using. And here is our beautiful Heijudo. I do not know how to pronounce her name, sorry. We give her our nice bedroom. We're going to be homeless for a while. And we're going to pick up some talisman paper, and then we're going to experience the greatest frustration of our lives. Watch this. So here we are talking to her. She already has max relation with us. Unfortunately, due to her, what do you call it? Oh yeah, I even make a save. I'm just that worried that I'm going to screw it up. I do not know yet, Pepela. Here we are talking with her. We have 11 social. I finally gather what the problem might be. We are talking to her. We mention, usually this is how you do it. You mention one of the weaknesses which causes them to open up. I attempt to give her a talisman paper. She says, "Thank you very much. I won't give you anything in return." Then I mention her weakness. Here I'm actually googling her personality, and I find no answers. Because of course I don't. I actually do this for quite a while, so we'll be here a bit. I try desperately to find out what the hell a dull personality means. Thankfully she's not withdrawn, because in which case I would have been shit out of luck. But in this case the actual answer is that it's supposed to work like normal. You mention her weakness and she opens up, but we do not have 14 social. So we are shit out of luck. Yeah, that is the unfortunate reality. Here I am trying absolutely everything, as you can see. Apparently, if you mention the dull personality to a dull person, they actually improve their mood. Hmm? Didn't know that before. Incredible. So it is quite unfortunate, but we will simply not be able to obtain her law, which is a very important and useful law right now. I don't really know what to do about it. Unfortunately, social is not an easily improvable skill. It is I actually will in the future get what is it called, emotion severing cultivator, which specifically focuses on this. Gets max social and is very charismatic and can turn people to their side. Here I am trying. Here I am trying everything, but this is the complete failure. Failure because we actually get her a clan leader, or at least clan fellow clan member, to come visit us as well. Here we have a merchant, and we're going to make some big business deals now. Here we have a crimson fruit, which would be very nice to pick up. But even more importantly, some phoenix wood, which is giga important. Cost 2000, but it saves us having to go and farm a bunch of stuff from Tiger Prospect. So I 100% want to buy it. It is so important, you have no idea. I would actually like to buy all of it, but I just don't have the money right now. And as you can see, they pay garbage prices for our goods. So well, we simply need the volume. In the future, we're mainly going to be dealing in black fabric. So we're going to become a cotton plantation in its true sense. And I've been thinking about money making schemes. Some of the most common ones are indeed what I just mentioned, but also I've been thinking about making artifacts, good artifacts, high quality, from, for example, from spirit stones, making it into swords of Tao, high, what is it called, high grade swords of Tao, and then converting them into high grade artifacts. And I think you can get up to like 200, I think, without spending any anguish soul gems. Unfortunately, it is a lot of that is quite time consuming for our cultivators, so I do not know if I'm actually going to do that. Also, mood consuming for our cultivators, presuming we even get a myriad artifact law guy, and the law itself does not escape us, which is not a guarantee. Here I am trying to balance my budget as much as I can. And there you go. Sell that ore, sell that ore, because it is not quite useful for me. Iron is a very common resource, so might as well give it. That shield pill also is not very useful. Might as well trade it. And there we go. Big business deals. For a single piece of spirit wood, phoenix wood, which we can actually place directly. Where is it? Uh, they are still shoveling shit. It takes so long. There it is. There you go. 35 gathered the other chi with a range of 3, so it is actually very useful for our wood gathering array. And here we go. We are feeding our metal cultivator some Ningji, which I think just gives a little bit of lifespan, not particularly useful. And since they have a bad mood, consuming a little bit of spirit leaf is actually very good. It's like tea, basically. Here we are back with those junk pills. Again, do not eat them until you are ready, which will not be for quite a while. I may even keep them until after I uh, reincarnate. And actually, I want to trade some extra stuff. And my metal cultivator has uh, gotten a breakthrough, which I'm going to do immediately because it's night. Metal cultivators uh, that prefer the yin yang is at night.